finally tonight, here's a recipe of sorts. Take a dash of martial arts, mix in urban dance moves and acrobatics, and season with a syncopated rhythm. The result is a one-of-a-kind art form called Capoeira Brazil. Sarah Thompson introduces us to the local group that preserves this traditional form of Brazilian dance.
This small and unassuming studio looks like any other commercial building in Hazelwood. Yet behind these doors, some energetic performers are preserving a slice of Brazilian history. In Brazil, capoeira is rivaled in popularity only by soccer. Over the past 30 years, it has quickly spread to all parts of the globe, becoming one of the hottest, if not most intriguing crazes in the worlds of dance, sports, and fitness. Still, for many, the question remains, what exactly is capoeira?
Basically, capoeira is it's a Brazilian martial art. It's combined martial arts, dance, acrobatics, rhythm, everything kind of combined into one. Some of the movements are like any other martial art. We have the high kicks, we have some very, powerful like spin kicks. And some of them are no different than other martial arts, but it's just integrated with what we call the ginga, which is a dance-like motion. People listen in the car to the radio to kind of, get pumped up, whatever. Same thing with capoeira. You got to have the music to create the energy and to keep going.
For decades, people have struggled to categorize capoeira. Is it a martial art or a dance? At Capoeira Luanda, the focus is not so much on defining the art form as much as it is on enhancing it.
Capoeira is for everyone. There's no discrimination. It doesn't matter your age, your race, your size. Some people think, oh, I'm a big person, there's no way. It doesn't matter. You just have to, capoeira teaches you how to use your body in a way that works. And some people get really involved in the whole, because it's from Brazil, they start to really get into the culture of Brazil, and then once you get into that, you really get hooked.
The St. Louis group calls itself Capoeira Luanda. It was formed 7 years ago and has about 40 members who practice weekly. They conduct workshops for local schools and in youth programs. But the group is most known for regular performances at festivals and cultural events around town.
Capoeira wasn't in a building originally. Capoeira was on the streets and outside, and it feels good to take it back out into the fresh air and with the people, and that's a big thing. You can't keep capoeira inside. It's gotta go outside into the into the nature and soak it all up.
Capoeira is a visual treat to watch, but it's also culturally significant, playing an important role in Brazilian history. 500 years ago, African slaves brought a form of martial arts to Brazil, where slave owners quickly banned the practice. To keep the tradition alive, slaves incorporated dance steps, acrobatics, and musical instruments. This unique combination morphed into capoeira.
The way it actually derived was from the slaves that were brought, the Africans were brought over on the slave ships, and they were put to work in the cotton fields, and this was something that they used to express themselves. It's a mixture of their forms that they already had in Africa and a mixture of the culture of Brazil kind of combined into one. So that's why it's said it's originated in Brazil.
Although it's difficult to categorize, capoeira is growing in popularity around the world. Just as the slaves who created this art form worked to keep it alive, groups like Capoeira Luanda are showing us the beauty and grace of this multicultural mix of dance and martial arts.
Well, that wraps up this edition of State of the Arts. We hope you enjoyed